Right, let me tell you something, folks. It doesn't matter how run down and how exhausted you are and how much evil you've had done to you, you must keep fighting. You must not give up.
Bundle call. You have no new messages and 16 saved messages. Saved messages.
Hang on a minute. I've just got to get the police officer left a voice message.
Sussex Police, that's Eastbourne.
Hang on.
I'm trying to call from you. It's Simon calling from Sussex Police, that's Eastbourne Station. Badge number 30668. Just again, if you can give me a call back sometime just about that third party report you put in. I believe it's the other half down at Whitley Road. The reference you were given, I believe. Bear with me. Yeah, that reference was 12:59 of the 7th of April. Yeah, give me a call back. I'm on duty till 1700 today. That's Wednesday. Thanks, local. Thanks, bye-bye.
This message from 07912893374 was left at 2:15 p.m. on Wednesday, the 10th of April 2024. To replay the message, key 1. To save this message, key 2. To delete the message, key 3. To return.
Hi, I'm trying to call from you. It's Simon calling from Sussex Police, that's Eastbourne Station. My badge number 30668. Just again, if you can give me a call back sometime just about that third party report you put in.
What was it? 30.
Hi, I'm trying to call from you. It's Simon calling from Sussex Police, that's Eastbourne Station. My badge number 30668. Just again, if you can give me a call back sometime just about that third party report you put in. I believe it's the other half down at Whitley Road. The reference you were given, I believe.
Excuse me.
Bear with me. Yeah, that reference was 12:59 of the 7th
Of the 7th.
April. Yeah, give me a call back. I'm on duty till 1700 today.
Okay.
Wednesday. Thanks, local.
Okay.
Thanks, bye-bye.
Right.
This message from
Right, so I'm just going to ring or leave a message for this Simon. I don't know his surname, but I've got a feeling it sounds familiar. The voice sounds familiar. I don't know. I can't keep up with all of excuse me. I can't keep up with it. But obviously I've been the victim of a lot of Eastbourne thugs, namely Eastbourne Police. I'll tell you something, if my mother was alive, well, none of this would have happened, as Leslie, the food bank advocate, said. But I tell you what, it puts all the boys that she grabbed hold of, all the schoolboys, said, "You leave my daughter alone," and the thugs at Seaford Head School, wow. Do they all go on to become Eastbourne Police? No, they don't, but I don't know. What I've survived this has become like gang stalking, but it's just as I expected. But do you know something? It did make me wonder. I've googled, how a primary school should teach about misconduct and all of that. And even Bing, I typed it in the search engine in Bing, and it said yes. I've screenshot it, but primary school teachers do have a duty to uphold. They have to behave a certain way. I mean, to me, that's just common sense, but this is something that needs to go to the TRA, because, I don't feel safe in my own home with someone who has abused me so badly. And I watched back the video evidence because there were bits that I missed. I didn't realise just how many times she used the F word. And she kept on and on and on and on slandering me, calling me racist, name-calling me and my partner. Yes, it's demented, but it's very serious as well. So how this person can be in charge of children is just mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. But I went back and looked at the video because I didn't realise that she had told me to get the hell out of this house. And she'd already gone up to my partner and said that he got me in here illegally. And that's quite telling, because when someone says something like that, it makes you question, well, are you here legally? Because I was born in this country. Why would you? Yeah, you see where I'm going with this. Without. And with all the people, it's just, as I said, it's ironic with all the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of illegal people coming in here into the country. It just makes you question it, right? Because why would you? But I'm taking this very seriously, okay? Because you've got to fight. You can't just sit back and allow all of this to happen. I've had crimes committed against me in this house as it is. I'm not safe here. I'm here because of the council and the police and my complaints with that. And it's just mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling. I'm seeing Paul Thorpe and all these people going up and down the country, and all these hotels that are being used for very plush hotels that are being used for illegal immigrants, because there's a mass invasion going on. It's happening in the US, but obviously in the UK. This is like, I said over 2 decades ago, I predicted well over 20 years ago, I said to my late mother, I said, there'll be riots in this country, and it's already happening. But this is off the scale. There's something that they're hiding with all the horrific. I've watched the footage of those horrific illegal evictions, and usually based around council tax. But anyway, yeah, you gotta fight. But you can't just lay down and take it. You can't just you got to say, no, I'm not being tolerant. Like, my late mother left this country in the 50s and 60s. She went travelling around. She lived in several different countries, and she wanted to get away because people are too tolerant in the UK. Now, that was back in the 50s and 60s. It's now 2024. And like my mother used to say, how people died for our freedoms. My mother would be 86. She lived through one World War. We used to, when I was a child, we'd walk around museums and she'd say, I remember that. I remember that. I had a mother who had a history. I was very blessed. My mother was interviewed by a North American TV crew in London when we went up to Diana's funeral, and she was in tears about that. And she was old enough to be Diana's mother. I'm the same age as Kate Middleton and Prince William, but I had an older mother who was old enough, as I said, to be Diana's mother. But it's like and my grandmother lived through 2 world wars, so I had older mother and grandmother who had a history. But people, she'd often say, you know, people died for your freedoms, you know. And if she knew what Eastbourne police have done to me. So PC Wright, EB411, who watches my YouTube, who has failed me previously, who has threatened me in this very room when I have escalated complaints to you. And what do? You allow it to escalate to the point where a primary school teacher has abused me and my partner. Now, someone said to me, you've got to be the man in the relationship. Who was that? That was a female police officer. I don't want to be the man in the relationship. I've got a sister who's actually living as a man. If I wanted to be the man in the relationship, I would have gone and had a sex change myself. But I was told by a locum that I need trauma-based therapy, and I haven't had that because I've had pretty much trauma-based mind control. Call it what you like. Call a spade a spade. So, anyway, there are a lot of people just living in their own bubbles, and one day they're going to wish to God they'd treated me with respect and listened to me. But there we go. Simon.
Voicemail service for 07912.
I have to leave a voice message.
When you finish recording, please hang up or press the hash key for more options.
Hello there. This is Simon's number? Is this your badge number that you gave? 30668. It's Bryony speaking, Bryony McCarthy. I got your voice message a bit late from Wednesday the 10th. It's now Sunday the 14th of April. I didn't realise you had phoned. Reference 12:59 of the 7th of April. Oh, I've just realised that was you from the neighbourhood policing team. Because it says the same thing on here, on the card. The phone number I rang the other day was a... Oh, no, it's not. It's the same number. Oh. I realised I didn't realise I was ringing the same number. Yeah, sorry, this is like the 3rd voice message for you. I didn't realise. I thought you were a police officer and this is the neighbourhood policing team. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, this is like the 3rd voice message that I'm leaving, I think, now. Oh, yeah, no, I can see now. Yeah, that's your name, Simon. I couldn't read it. Yeah, it is serious because obviously I don't feel safe in the house after what's happened, you know, and I am taking this further because crumbs, even being answered a simple question, primary school teachers, you know, obviously they do have to do with misconduct. You have to behave a certain way. But that's just common sense. This is someone that has abused me in my own home, and I watched back the video and I didn't realise just how many times she'd used the F word, and slandered me, going on and on and on and on and on about being racist. Just a random attack on me and my partner, filthy, foul language, name calling at me and my partner, telling him that, having the nerve to tell him that he got me into the country illegally when I was born in the UK. And, well, say no more. As I said, I think that's more telling about her, because anyone who can just randomly have a demented, verbal, abusive rant at someone, slandering them and making false accusations, well, it says more about them, doesn't it? And it's quite questionable. But this person should not be anywhere near children, because if I don't feel safe with them, how the hell did they get to be in a position where they are teaching children? Okay, I understand that children are being taken out of the schools, and I know why, for different reasons. I don't have children. I'm too busy parenting demented people like this. And, I'm going up to London for the protests because of what your colleagues have done to me. But it's primarily about the children, saving the children. So the irony, eh? Anyway, there we go. But I will keep chasing this up until I get a response. Thank you.
To leave your message, press 1. Message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
I mean, it is insane. You got to play with the insanity though, because there's nothing else to do. It's anarchy. They're watching my videos. They're taking the Michael, and what can you do? Yeah, so you just have to play along with it, don't you? But this will be interesting. It'll be interesting at the least. So it's gone a bit. The house has gone a bit quiet. Good. Unsurprisingly. But the funny thing is, her friend said, I don't know if her friend's gone home or if her friend is still here, but she said she had the nerve to say to me in the kitchen, just to save face, of course, her Swiss accomplice who's been staying here, you shouldn't be filming us. Watch back the video. Just watch it again. Main character syndrome. My partner shared with some videos with me that are hilarious. She's getting in the camera and going, "Ooh, am I going to be famous?" And I'm like, "Could you get away from me, please?" And they're laughing, and even Dion, the tenant, says this is a public area. Well, if it's a public area, as the police said, it's no different to CCTV, and this is my documentation, and this is for my legal purposes. And I have caught out that pathological liar of a landlady several times now, and she's meant to be she's discriminated me. She just can't stop lying, and I catch her out every time, this landlady who's committed 2 crimes against me and breached my rights. They want to find out how vulnerable you are, to find out how easy you are to manipulate. And if they can't do that, they'll see if they can keep you as narcissistic supply, and you just got to keep exposing it. Keep doing it. You got to, folks. You got to. I'll just upload one more video. As I said, it's for my proving that the landlady is a liar. Because she told me in that video where I reported to her what Dion, the tenant, had done to me, she had the nerve to say to me, "You shouldn't go around filming people." And I said, "No, I shouldn't. I've got much better things to do. I've got a lot on my plate. I've had a lot of trauma happen to me. And as I said, the police said it's no different to CCTV. You see, they all play each other off. And the irony is, because so much has happened and I'm trying to keep up with all the narcissistic abuse, she had the nerve, I actually heard her say, when she flew over here, the day that she issued me with this Form 3, because she finally did it the legal way, which I'd already warned her about. The day that she flew over here, assaulted me and threatened to switch off the heating, and the day she issued me, she then came back to leave this. I'd heard her say on loudspeaker to Terry, the other tenant, try and catch footage of her, meaning Bryony, me, being antisocial, which obviously that's never going to happen. I wish they had actually video recorded what happened when she did this because of the lies in this form. And I will post a follow-up video that proves how ridiculous she is. So there are several so I've caught her out many times discriminating me, i.e. as in that that conversation where she's saying she wouldn't evict me or Dion for breaching contract, which Dion, the tenant, has breached contract for abusing me and my partner. But then she contradicts herself by saying she would evict me for a breach of contract, and she hangs up on me. So, and then she's telling me not to film Dion, but she told Terry to film me. And when the maintenance man said to me, I'm telling Victoria, the landlady, I'm quitting, the landlady blamed his mental breakdown on me. And this is a woman who's worked in a hospital as a matron. She's gotten to the age of 85. It's all right for Victoria, though. She's going to spend her latter years in Malta, away from all of this and what's going on in the UK. She's fine. But you're a long time dead. Remember that. You're a long time dead. I know that when I die, my conscience, everything, because I put my hands on my heart, I suffer, I speak my truth, and I get attacked by trolls who have got so many mental issues of themselves. They're going to be in a dark place when they're dead and gone. Let's face it. So whatever I die from, whether it's cancer or suicide or what the hell, I'm happy with that. And I think that's why, in a way, I'm in a better place than these people are. But yeah, so as I said, I've got the conversation where the landlady is saying she wouldn't evict either me or Dion for a breach of contract. And then she immediately contradicts herself by saying, but she'll evict me. And then she goes on to hang up on me because I pointed it out. She's telling me not to record Dion, even though I've recorded her crimes, which are serious, especially for someone who's in charge of children, in my own home. The threats from the police. She's told me to sue her. And yet, so while she's told me not to record Dion, she's told Terry, because I overheard her on loudspeaker on the 11th of March when she flew over here with this and assaulted me and threatened to switch off the heating, record Bryony being antisocial. So it's a case of we've got our victim, she's vulnerable, she's got no one. So, as I said, watch the follow-up video because I'm going to prove another one of Victoria's lies in this form. So, it's for I say watch it. This is not for entertainment purposes unless you want to treat it that way. I'm documenting, as I said, for my own personal reasons. as a vulnerable person, you know, I've got my evidence. That's it. That's the only reason why I set up a YouTube channel. If I was to, I never wanted a YouTube channel. If I was to do something for entertainment purposes, well, I'd say no more. Say no more. Shalom, y'all.